You don't get that men don't always be emotional, but when they do, you need to listen.
When the last time you cried?
Probably like last week. The self-awareness to say, hey, like, I think I may need some help should be applauded. A lot of men don't know how to even control their emotions, how to put a name to an emotion. They have to meet the person that's vulnerable, because if they're accustomed to the person that's real strong, they're not gonna like ask.
I had phases in my life where I was so focused on where I wanted to be financially, spiritually.
Yeah.
But I've never had a moment in my life where I was focused on where I want to be mentally.
You feel like nobody around you can like offer you any type of assistance.
They don't know how to ask for help or don't know who to go to for help.
Run. Run away. It's like, look at the camera, run. And his wife said, you didn't even do anything. Like, you didn't say anything. And he said, I did, like I was sad. And she was like, exactly. I know that you cried, but you didn't let me see you cry.
He's an author, he's a TEDx speaker, he's a mentor, a coach, educator, teacher, so many different things, and we can go on and on and on about him. But my favorite thing about him is that he's a man of God, man. And I want to introduce y'all to my brother, Lemarque. How you doing, man?
I'm good, how about you, man?
Man, I'm blessed, I can't complain.
My name is Lemarque La Flore. I'm a native Memphian, born and raised here in Memphis. I went to the University of Memphis. I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts, and then I went to Union University where I got my Master's of Urban Education. I taught for 6 years, and then after that, I moved into an educational nonprofit, which is where I am right now, called Pure Power, where we hire college students to tutor and mentor high school kids. So I spend the majority of my time on the University of Memphis campus. Always very interesting to go back to your alma mater and to see the way that things have changed or where they have gotten better. It's always really, really interesting. I also began a nonprofit where we mentor boys, fatherless and mentorless boys, called Kings of Distinction. The goal is to build contributing citizens into society. Like, we see that there's like a influx of men who don't necessarily know what it means to be a man, so we want to give manhood skills, business skills, social emotional regulation. A lot of men don't know how to even control their emotions. Like, they don't even know how to put a name to an emotion. Put a name to a feeling. Like, they don't necessarily have that. So the goal is to give them that terminology so they can do that. I have a lot of, we've been through like a lot of males, and we have 100% graduation rate. 83% of those go to some post-secondary institution, and the remaining go to a workforce in Memphis. And so we've been able to see folks grow. I think that's really like my heart. My heart is to see folks grow. I think I want to grow, like I want to move forward, and I want to see other folks move forward too. But before you ask your next question or whatever, I wanted to, I think one thing that I've learned is that whenever you go before kings, you want to bring a gift, right? And so I wanted to give you a gift. Really? It's something that we have been working on.
What's this, man?
So it's a beanie.
Ooh. And Memphis as it is in heaven. I like this. Bro, this is, oh, y'all got to see. Oh, what am I, like, can y'all see that? Thank you, bro. I like this. This is dope. So, I'm gonna put this on when we leave.
Come on. I specifically chose red because the goal is for us to be covered in the blood of Jesus from top of our head to sole of our feet.
Come on,
I just
man.
want to just choose that color for you.
Come on now.
I hope you like red.
Now, I'm going to take that. You said when you're in the presence of kings, it's good to bring a gift.
Yeah.
Noted. I feel bad because I ain't bring a gift, but I know for next time.
You're good.
I know for next time. But that was amazing. Thank you, brother. And I think you're the perfect person for this episode because you mentor kids. You mentor young men. I'm gonna say young men. Yeah. And I think a lot of time in my life, I had phases in my life where I was so focused on where I want to be financially, right? And then I had phases in my life where I'm solely focused on where I want to be spiritually. Yeah. But I've never had a moment in my life where I was focused on where I want to be mentally. Yeah. Where I need to be mentally. And I think that's the last thing that men in general, I was about to say black men, but I know men in general, we lack or we don't think about, right? But I want to know what was it. And you also said that some men don't know what it's like to be a man. Yeah. What does it mean to be a man?
What makes a man is just as simple as having like the chromosome. It's like what makes a man a man
Right.
is that when you go to pee, you stand up. You know, it's like that is like the most simple, it's like way.
Right.
Now, in order to be a strong man, in order to be a king, in order to be a good king, right? Because in Genesis, like God made all of us kings and queens. Like He gave us dominion. He told for us to take authority, you know, have dominion, subdue the land. He told for us to do all that. And so the thought process is for us to be a good king, to be a good steward with what we got. And so I think the question more so is, what does it take to be a good man? Like, and I think in order to be a good man or a good king, the man's role is more of a provider, right? So the relationship that you got with God should flow out into other people. And so that's a part of like the giving, right? It's a part of like you spiritually protecting or you spiritually providing for people. It's more than just, I got money, right? It's more than just, okay, I got $50, like let me, like at the Christmas party, I'm finna give 50 to all the nieces and nephews. I'm a good man, bet. It's like, nah, like that's just you being a giver, and that's good. But it's also like, can you protect and provide for them mentally and emotionally? Like, it's like, hey, like you 5 years old, you shouldn't listen to this. Like I'm gonna protect your mind in that way. If you want to piss me off, like one of the biggest things that will piss me off is when folks over-sexualize boys. It's like we get over-sexualized so quick, it's terrible.
What do you mean by that?
So for example, you know how, so it's just cringy to even think about. So for example, you know how some women would be like, oh, like that's my little boyfriend, and he 3. He 3.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's your little boyfriend, he 3? Yeah, like granted, like this boy may favor you or have a crush on you,
Right.
but that's probably like where it begins and ends, cause you a kid. And so why you calling that your little boyfriend? That's my little husband, right? And I've seen videos, just like these disturbing videos of like grown women like twerking on babies or like being like, yeah, like he like this or whatever. Like that's weird. That's weird. And not only that,
You don't think that little boy's having a good time though?
that boy 5 months old.
Wait, I didn't know that. Okay,
he wants some milk.
That's crazy.
He
That's
wants
crazy.
some milk.
I was
And
thinking
then-
like 12, 13, like at that age a kid probably, but 5 months is wild. I
But
never.
even if you're 12, 13, your brain ain't developed. Like you just got finished playing with Hot Wheels like 2 years ago.
Right.
You just got finished even like experiencing a bit of puberty. It's like your voice may not have even dropped yet. And if it's dropped, you don't know what to do with it.
You're absolutely correct. When I heard you say that you guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, or feeling what I'm missing out on, but you said you helped the fatherless men.
Yeah.
Finish that for me. What was the ending of
So
it?
fatherless and mentorless boys.
Fatherless and mentorless boys.
Yeah.
Because when I think of people who are mentors, who want to be a help, who have the love to help people like you do, I think of like sometimes maybe there was an absence or something that they didn't have growing up.
Yeah.
That they like, I want to be that help for somebody else. Was that the case for you? Did you have somebody or did not have somebody to come in and mentor you at a young age?
Did my dad work a lot? Yes. My dad never did not have a job. Like I don't know what it's like to have a dad that don't work or that don't provide, that don't protect. So I was able to see, because he was a good man, I was able to see what a man can do and what a man should do. I think that, of course, you know, parents aren't perfect by any means.
Right.
Did I have a mentor? No. Did I have somebody who was like, hey, like, let me take you on my wing? Nope, I ain't had that. I went through like a process of identity struggles, like trying to figure out like who I am, what I am. I remember like asking God, like what is a man? I remember like asking God that. Cause I felt like manhood was more than just about, you know, doing X, Y, and Z, just having like a deep voice or something. I feel like manhood was more than just those scriptures, you know? It's like Jason Wilson talks a lot about being a human being and not a human doing, right? It's like you don't want to be, hey, like I do this, and this, therefore I'm a man. But it's like, nah, like a man is based off just who you are. Right. It's like you don't have to do anything extra to like prove your manhood, because if you got to prove it, then you ain't got it. You know, it's like, I never forget when people want to show who they are, they begin to exaggerate. Like when you want to show that you tough, want to show that you hard, then you want to be extra. But it's like you got to prove yourself, and that's not hard. It's like that's you just doing a lot. And so what we would call it, or at least what I would call it, in like school, is when guys were like about to fight, and when they would be woofing, as I say. And so it's like you walking around, like you pulling your pants up, going in a circle. Yeah. Like none of y'all about it. Like I just have a seat and have a seat. You done wasted 5 seconds of class. Like you just trying to see if they gonna punch. You're trying to see if they gonna hit. But the truth is, none of y'all truly want to fight. But you feel like you have to prove yourself as being a man. Which is why I believe a lot of guys picked up weapons now. They don't even fight no more. Exactly. Because they forgot what it's like to, or they like, man, I know I can't fight. I ain't man enough to fight nobody. This weapon gonna get them going. Exactly. That sucks, man. Because a weapon is a symbol of power. So like, this is what's gonna make me powerful. Because I really ain't got it. And so it's like, the issue is that people feel naked without these different external factors. And so I need like money, I need a stack, I need to be able to spread, I need to be able to do certain things, X, Y, and Z, dress like this, act like that. And with all of this, then it's like, oh, bet, like I'm a man. Not even because you right, 100%. I remember like two years ago, I had got a gun for the first time, and I remember riding around. Like I was like, one day I drive like 30 minutes to work, and I feel like I couldn't leave the house without it. What's your protection? It was protection, and then I was like, I remember I got like 20 minutes, literally almost at work. Like, no, I don't got my gun. I gotta turn around. And then like my whole way back to the house, I'm like, is this what life is? This makes me feel like a man. This makes me feel strong. Yeah. And it's like, bro, I just hate that feeling because I feel like so many men feel that way. And I've seen my father react that way, my uncles, all the men in my family, they all act. When I got this, I'm a man. And I'm thinking about, from a young man, if you see that, you gonna adopt those same mindset. Yeah. And it's literally how generations become crazy. What happened is that you were beginning to like carry like the lack, like the struggle, and then like you began to question like, why am I carrying all this? And so then you start to like, drop stuff little by little. Or it's like, it's like that questioning is like actually like you're reclaiming parts of your identity that you didn't know that you even had. It's like, it's something about the strength and the power that we got just inherently that we don't need to overcompensate. You don't need no type of outside factors to prove that you X, Y, and Z. Like you don't need that to prove that you're a man. You don't need like the lace front and X, Y, and Z to prove that you're a woman. You don't need like nails and hair, like hair and you don't need all that. It's like, you are a woman. You are a man. So it's like, now that you know that you're a man, now you can't just be. Come on. And what's interesting about the word being is that if you try to learn like another language, one of the first words that they'll teach you is like be. Because if you know the word be, then it will help you with like almost every single fabric of like the language. So like when I was learning French, the first word that they taught us was like the word to be in French. And if I knew what it meant to be, then I knew that, hey, like when I say I'm going here or I'm going there, that's saying that I'm being this and that I'm going here and there. And so it's like, if that's a key identifier in our language, then why don't we make that a key identifier in our life in general? And so, just about being. Man, that's hard, man. If we could shift a little bit back to like the mental state. For sure. Let me ask you, because it's some men out there, I would say young men or even grown men, who know that they need help, but they don't know how to ask for help or don't know who to go to for help, right? What advice would you give them? What would be the next step to seeking help or to even ask how to help? Because a lot of times we don't even feel like we could trust anybody to go to for help, because we don't trust people with, one, keeping what we're telling them, or two, being judged, right? Or being called weak for it, the way that we feel. Like the self-awareness to say, hey, like I think I may need some help, should be applauded. To be like, hey, like you are seeing that you could use help. Like you are seeing that, hey, like I'm out of my capacity, like I'm out of my wits. And I think that itself shows a lot of vulnerability and a lot of humility. And that amount of self-awareness should like be applauded, like one. Sometimes you just don't know that you can trust the folks around you. Like maybe because y'all haven't gone through that mental process, or maybe I haven't talked about this or that. One of my first thoughts is people have to like meet you where you are right now, even the ones who are close to you. Like they have to meet you. Like they have to meet the person that's vulnerable, because if they're accustomed to the person that's real strong, then they're not gonna like ask. They're not gonna hit you up. But what you have to do is that you have to like you have to preface and be like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I got lots of going on. Like I need to be vulnerable, I need to talk. And so that was like the first thing that I was able to like do. Is just to see the folks who are around me. And I didn't realize how many folks around me actually did ride for me. You know, because there is a difference between being an acquaintance and an associate and like a friend. You know, you can, like you're acquainted with them, you know of them, like you associate yourself with them. Maybe y'all play basketball together. Maybe y'all play games together, woo. But it's like a friend is somebody that you can actually like trust. I think we don't know how many people who we may consider as being associates who actually could be a friend, but it's because we haven't taken like those steps to like trust them in like different ways, you know? Yeah, man, like help is closer than we think that it is. But it's something like, why do we feel like we can help people? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't feel like we can, I help people, why we feel like we can't reach out to people. Right. And so I think like that's the thought process that needs to be debunked amongst many of us. Is that you feel like nobody around you can like offer you any type of assistance. Even if they don't fully get you, but they just listened. That's something. I can take that, right? Now I know that you can't understand everything, so I'm gonna go to somebody who can understand everything, but at least I can talk to you, at least you'll listen. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have any confidants around you, then like, that's a problem. If you ain't got, then you around the wrong space. So you need to begin to think to yourself and be self-aware of like, why in the world am I hanging around y'all? Like, is everybody that I'm around just like straight friends? Like about straight like club friends? Like, is everybody around me just straight like gamers? And like, all we do is just like game and we joke all day, but we have never had a real conversation ever. I don't even know if you got siblings. It's like, we don't know them truly, but we know of them. So it's like, we just need like a different space. If we feel like we can't talk to nobody, you go to where you can be understood. You go to where folks want to like get to know you for who you are and not for the idea of you.
It's the environmental shift.
Right. And that happens when you have like a mental shift.
What role do you think women play on a man's mental health? It
could be good or bad. It could be good or bad.
Good or bad?
Yeah.
Well, how much of an impact can they have on a man's?
Oh, it's huge. Women are naturally influencers.
Really?
Women influence, yeah. We see that from the beginning of the book. Like the woman influenced the man. It's like women are influencers.
But in a negative way, though.
Yeah. It can definitely be negative.
It can be positive.
Yeah. It can be positive, yeah.
Now, I was just watching a video and this man said that men can't win, and they almost can't win on when it comes to being vocal, because, and I don't know how I feel about this, and I want to know how you felt about it, right? He said because when you are quiet, or you feel a certain type of way, and a woman sense you feeling a certain type of way, they're gonna say, hey, why you not talking? Why you not saying anything? Speak up, be a man, say it with your chest. And the moment you speak or you say something, then it's okay. You're acting out of anger, you're acting like a woman. You're showing emotion, you're acting like a woman, you're acting like a female.
Run. Run away. It's like look at the camera, run. Run, brother. It's like, and don't even put on your running shoes, just bag up. Just don't say nothing.
What if it's a mother? What if it's a sister? What if it's a family member that they're having these discussions with?
Then you get your space. But I think like if we are around women who are consistently degrading and destroying our manhood, then there may be a few things with her, right? Like, is she very self-centered, where she only wants her way? Does she only care about like what's happening with her?
With her.
My question is like, why does she feel the need to put him down? Why does she feel the need for him to only be here for what he does and not for who he is? And it's something about, because they like the idea of each other, they don't get a chance to get like deeper with each other. Because I just like you for the fact that like you have like masculine energy, you have feminine energy, and it's like that's it. You don't know who they are apart from they chromosomes. It's like that's not like seriously. Right. It's like you really want to get to know them truly. Like what's on your mind? Like what are you thinking about when you taking a shower? You know, it's like what is on your mind when you silent? Like you laughed right then. Why was that funny? I'm curious. It's like there's no curiosity because we too busy just trying to just judge them off of what they do. And so I think that a lot of men and women, especially I think black men and women, like they tired of each other. Seriously. And it's like, I didn't know how bad this was until I got in like college, because I didn't grow up in families of like divorce and folks not. We grew up in marriages where my grandma and my granddad, before my granddad passed 2 years ago, so crazy to even think that, they were married for 67 years.
67 years?
My mom and my dad this year will be celebrating their 4th year anniversary. My other grandparents were married for 35 years before my granddad passed. It's like marriages. It's like my great grandparents were married for 63 years. It's like they were married. Like I was not accustomed to men and women butting heads so much. I think they butted heads so much because you really don't know women. You really don't know men. It's like you like the idea of masculine energy, of feminine energy, but you don't get it. You don't get that women process through their emotions. You don't get that men don't always be emotional. But when they do, you need to listen. Like that they don't get that. So when men are like now begin to like think stuff through, it's like, why you being emotional? It's like, no, like I've had feelings, but I just didn't think through my emotions. Women they often tend to make decisions based off how they feel, and they filter it through their emotions. Like, hey, like I don't want to do this because I feel this way. Like women will be like, I don't know, I don't feel that. You know, it's like men ain't always doing that. Men might just like make the decision because like this is the most efficient way.
That may be true. I would think about how you said your parents, how they was together, or they was married, and your grandparents together for a long time. It's like, bro, I literally witnessed the opposite of that going on. But I've never seen my grandparents show affection to each other, loving one another. Never seen my mom and my dad love each other, show affection to each other. And I sit back now that I'm older and I study my family, and I see how that affected me and my brothers and sisters. Like I try to give my sisters hugs sometimes, and they tense up and they freeze. Like they don't even know how to react to it, you know. And of course my brother wouldn't, and sometimes I'm the same way. But I see it and I'm like, man, this is what generational trauma looks like, right? And this is and I also feel like, man, how can this be changed, and how can we change this? How can we reverse this? You know. And I think it starts with realizing that we all need help. We all not mentally there. Right. And being comfortable with opening up to one another and really just being real with ourselves is where it starts from. Right. Because that's like I was thinking about. I'm like, man, that's bad though. Right. It is, because my worst thing is I hate for my children to go through the same thing. So one thing. I feel like I teach them is how to love each other, right? And that starts by loving the parents, loving one another, you know. Yeah. But oftentimes in the black community, the parents are separated. Right? You might see our mother and our father separate early, or we go and see mom one day and then go see dad through the weekend.
I had to remember that so many folks come from like single parent homes. I forgot until I began teaching. And I would be amazed to see the father on the list. Oh, his dad is here. Wow. And if I saw their dad there, if I'm finna call home, I'm calling the dad. I'm calling him. Hey sir, how you doing? Yeah, this Mr. La Flore, woo. Is like, because I'm talking to you. Right. I think men like to talk to other men. And so it's like, now if the man didn't answer, then of course I'm finna call her. But like, I will always hit the dad first. And I know we have, but even, it's so funny, because even within the system, they put the mom's name first. And then it's the dad.
Really?
Now, I don't know if it's because the mama signed first and the dad signed later. Right. But the mom name be first, and you gotta actually kind of like scroll to like find like the dad.
Really?
Well, I don't care. Like I'm finna call you anyway. It's like, cause you the dad. But the thought process with many of us is that I really just think that we don't get who we are, so we don't get them. And our relationships be trash. Like it be like messed up because we are like repeating cycles of like trauma and stuff. And even if you did grow up, and I think one thing that I had to learn is that even though I did grow up in like homes of like married couples, and I saw married families and X, Y, and Z, it doesn't mean that the enemy isn't coming to bring some type of destruction to us. It's like, he wants for us to repeat cycles. Humans are way more traditional than we think that they are. Humans are not as innovative as we would want for us to be. I know we can be like, oh, like in the 70s, they had push start and now we have like this or whatever. It's like, no, like it's like the opposite. But the thought process is, we tend to do things because this is what we are accustomed to and what we've learned. And so what if we actually took like the innovative approach, like what you were doing as far as like questioning, like, why is this happening? Like, okay. it's like there's the thought process. It was like it took about 5 seconds and I was waiting and I ain't seen that. Bro, like we are struggling with who we are, and we're struggling with who these other people are. And even when folks get married, women still don't get men, and men still don't get women. Because you can love each other and still not get that person. It's like they still don't get each other. And like, that's so difficult to me. But it's a process, because you're still learning this person. The thing that we have to understand as humans is that I can know you for 10, 15 years, even to my like family. We'll raise up in the same house, or like I was raised up knowing I ain't never known the day that you want my brother. It's like, but when you meet them now, you kind of got to meet them all over again, because that person has new experiences. That person has new thought processes. They have gone through new things, and you want to meet them afresh. But we don't do that, because I'm still viewing you because of the fact that I knew you 15 years ago. I never forget, I went to a funeral, and it was like a potluck style at the repast. And the girl who I went to support with one of my students, and like the daughter was a student, she had said, don't eat that. And I was like, why? She said, because this was made by our Uncle Joe. And Uncle Joe used to play with his toes when he was a kid, and we still judge him based on that. That's crazy. You still judge him because he played with his toes when he was a kid? So now you don't want to eat his food? It's like, me, him, new. What? Does he play with his toes now? What? Did he play with his toes yesterday? It's like, that's the question. Because he played, and he in his 40s. He played with his toes when he was a kid, and now you finna mess with him now?
Wow.
It's like so funny, and she was dead serious. She said, don't eat that. And so I was serious. So I put the spoon back. It was like, I don't know, Uncle Joe.
Maybe she knows something.
Right, maybe he knows something I don't know. Maybe when he put his foot in, he put his foot in it for real. It's like, I don't know. I just know for me, I was just gonna listen to that. But it's like, have you met him anew? It's like, and so we gotta meet our folks new, man. It's like, when I go by my folks' house, like, if I haven't seen you in like a week, I may have talked to you like over the phone almost every day. But like, you've experienced things and you have grown, and hopefully you're a different person now than you were 2 months ago. At least because I want you to grow. I want you to thrive. You shouldn't be stagnant.
When last time you cried?
Probably like last week.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was the reason for that?
I felt a sense of like, folks don't understand. For me, my ancestors were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. My ancestors worship God. And so the God of my ancestors is Yahweh. Like Jesus Christ is our Savior. And so when I hear the prayers of different African Americans who have prayed to God through slavery, through the black codes, through Jim Crow, through racial oppression, through financial hardship, and seeing like that faith, that encourages me. And so I remember crying, just being like, just thank you, God. Because for me, I have a belief that God is the one who saved us. God is the one that brought us through Jim Crow. God is the one that brought us through slavery. Every single movement that's happened on this continent that has benefited African Americans has been through the hands of Christians. And so when I began to make that faith my own, when I began to see other people who fell into that line of trusting God through like oppression and suppression, it was big to me. So it was like I don't want to say like an act of, it wasn't an act of defiance, it was an act of being.
It's crazy hearing you say this, because my whole life I didn't think I could cry. There was times where I probably wanted to cry, but the tears just wouldn't come out. And I remember, what was it, like 3 months ago? No, about 2 months ago. I was watching a sermon of Philip Anthony Mitchell, and I remember like feeling so intense. I'm in the car. The feeling was so intense. I remember crying, and I'm like,
come on.
I don't know why I was happy. I'm like, after feeling the way I felt, like I never thought I could cry. And ever since then, it's like crying is becoming more natural to me. And that's when I knew, bro, the power of the Holy Spirit, the power of God is super real.
Come
right?
on.
For my whole life to never ever have tears come out my eyes, or at least as far as what I can remember. But for me to be in the presence of God, there's nothing nobody could tell me for me to not know that He's real, right? Yeah. And so I always ask God to put brothers of Christ in front of me, right? And so just hearing you talk, man, is motivation to me, man. And I love the conversations like this. But I want to know, because and I talk about crying because it's something that a lot of men aren't comfortable with doing, right? It's something that we hold back. And why do you feel like there's something that we hold back? And when we talk about this subject, I had a question I wanted to ask. I don't know how I want to ask it, right? But I'm gonna come back to it. But I'm just ask you this: why do men not feel like they could cry?
Just because I think it's gay. I think that it's like it's soft, you know, like it's like sissy stuff. Like it's like, man, like you ain't no sissy. Like get up. It's like, I ain't trying to hurt, bro. Like it's sad.
And we ain't never seen a man in our life cry.
Yeah.
I never in my life seen my dad shed a tear.
Man, so one of my mentees, when his grandma passed, and he actually lived with his grandma throughout the time that I mentored him. And when she passed, his wife was like, she during counseling, they were going through things, and his wife said, like, you didn't even do anything. Like, you didn't say anything. And he said, I did, like I was sad. And she was like, exactly. I know that you cried, but you didn't let me see you cry. And I think many people experience in silence because they don't feel like the trust enough to express this emotion with you. And many men don't, and I'll probably say, especially black men, don't feel the strength to experience all the plethora of emotions, except for anger, except for pride, except for being silly or just being goofy. Is like, what if you were able to experience what it means to be lethargic? It's like that's a feeling. It's like, what if you able to?
Lethargic?
Yeah. It's just like
what
when you
mean?
so it's like when you're lethargic, it's like you just kind of like, it's like you kind of wobbly. It's like you just kind of like, you're not numb, but like you feel, but like you just not sure where you at. It's like,
which is how I feel most of the time.
We don't feel like the trusting to like express this emotion, especially in front of women. So, and especially if you have not given her that, and if you only put your best foot forward, you've only been like strong, Hercules, woo, and then it's like, oh, you feeling? What's wrong with you? It's like a question because you ain't prepped her up for that. Mm-hmm. You know, and so you have to teach people how to deal with you. Period. Mm. Friends, girlfriends, wives, family. Like you got to teach folks how to deal with you.
Teach people how to deal with you.
And it can be difficult because I would feel like I don't have time to like express to you like how to deal with me right now. And so, but it's like when you teach them how to deal with you, that helps the real ones be able to deal with you the next time. So now the next time is better. So we got to go through that inconvenient space of, you know, having to talk somebody through my healing, because we have to kind of show folks how to like heal you. It's like they don't often know. You know, there is no book of like, oh, like there's like a school for medicine. So if you got X, Y, and Z, it's like, oh, you know, like I know how to do this. Here's my kit. Here's my this and that. I know how to patch you up. There is no real thing when it comes to our emotions. Our emotions are so vast that even a psychologist could get you wrong.
I'm curious, and I just thought about this as you speaking, when you talking to the kids, you mentoring them, and I know you teaching them so much, but do you ever learn from them?
All the time.
Do you ever pick up things and you learn from them? If so, can you share some things that you learned from the children?
One of the first things was funny. I didn't know how many gaps I had in my teeth until the kids told me. And so I was like, good Lord. I've never known what it's like to have somebody who's not a part of my family just like love me. Mm-hmm. And so for me, to see the way that them kids, especially like, to me, like the hood kids like love the most, because when they saw that you was there for them, when they saw that you cared for them, like, they loved you. Mm. And so I was the class where the bad kids came. That was my class. If you were being bad, they would send them to my class. So if somebody knocked on my door and the kid got his book and stuff, says she put me in here. All right, come on, have a seat. And then like I'm gonna address you later. But I gotta do my lesson or whatever. So it's like that was my class. And she may have been taught for like 30 years, 25 years. But these new-breed kids, she's like, I don't know how to deal with this kind of type of disrespect. Go to Memphis Kulture.
Walking with Christ alone could be heavy. Sometimes the breakthrough you've been praying for is connected to one conversation, one testimony, and one personal way that God is sending in your life. Which is why this episode is brought to you by Chi Alpha Memphis.
Chi Alpha is a campus ministry that is dedicated to helping college students gain and grow in a personal relationship with God. My name is Ariel Hardaway, and I am a campus ministry with Chi Alpha at the University of Memphis. I will be walking students side by side, helping them grow in their knowledge of God and navigating their college journey as a Christian. If you are interested, and may you please pray about supporting this ministry, may you search up my name at giving.ag.org to become a monthly supporter today.
But it's like when I actually began to like teach, I began to see that your heart is really to like listen and to like understand, but you just don't get it. So instead of me being hard on you, instead of me being like, no, 2 + 2 is 4, you know, it's like, nah, it's like, okay, so what confused you there? You know, it's like me asking questions was me, you know, trying to see where they at. So now I can see how I can help you. And, you know, being from the South, you know, you hear no sir, yes sir, no ma'am, yeah, yes ma'am, right? Well, if I remember my godson, like kind of my godson, he calls me God Pops. He's from Chicago, so when he came down here, he said no sir and yes sir sound like slavery. I said no Negro, and it's called respect. And so it was like, and so that was hard for me, for him to just be like, yeah. It's like, yeah, and so I had to like, okay, your heart ain't to be disrespectful. Now, it was hard for me, but I see that like you want to like do what I'm saying. You just not saying it in a way that I would perceive as being respectful.
Right.
You know, so it's like, what is his intention?
Can you talk a bit about the book that you wrote?
For sure.
Come on, man. Nurturing.
It's called Nurturing a Growing Boy. Yeah, a mentor's essential guide to nurturing young lives. I think I taught at 4 or 5 different schools, and I did my student teaching at multiple schools. And what I learned is that through all the schools that I was at, from like the lower rung to the higher rung, I just had this sense that no school's working. Like schools ain't working. And I was like, why is that? It's like we have such degrees, you know what I'm saying? We got research-backed stuff. We got research-backed practices. We got best teaching practices. We got books about how to teach kids, how to reach out to them, X, Y, and Z. School is for the adults. It's not for the kids. School is for the adults. Like, even when it comes to the observations that we would get as teachers, the kids don't know what's happening. Why we got the kid reading standard 6365 says students will be able to woo woo woo. Man, it's for you. This ain't for the kids. The kids don't get that. They don't know what S3656 is. We know what that is. The adults who are observing you know what that is. So you having the kids read it for what? For what? It's only for you. It's not for them. A lot of the education is for the adults. Even with the way that kids can go through 12 years of school and you still not know what taxes are. It's like you go 12 years of school and not know how to buy a house. You don't know about insurance, but you went through 12 years and you know about the Pythagorean theorem, and you know about different irregular fractions and woo, but you don't even know how to live.
Facts.
It's for the adults. It's not for the kids. Because if it's for the kids, I'm gonna teach you this. I'm gonna help you with your social emotional regulation. I'm gonna help you know how to read for real. You're gonna know how to sign your name. I taught 12th graders how to sign their name. I said, you are not finna leave my presence not signing your name. That's crazy. Are we back in slavery? Are you writing an X? That's terrible. It's like you are being pushed back to illiteracy. It's like even like folks are going through the numbers now. Back in the day, the United States was 99% literate. We are not. Folks can't read because we just have a visual culture. You got like a few captions, big picture. So you're looking at the picture, but you're not really reading the caption. And so it's like we're in a visual culture where words are just like obsolete. Why are you going to a library again? It's quiet. Well, it's not just quiet, but folks ain't there. It's like folks aren't even reading. Like I would love to go into a library and it's gonna be packed out. You still be quiet, but like this junk packed. It's like folks are reading. I would love that. I went to a bookstore for Christmas because I went to buy a book for one of my mentees, and it was like the junk was packed out, and I was like, wow, this is great. This is a bookstore. It's like this is packed out. I love that idea of a packed out bookstore because folks is reading. Of course, they were trying to find books to buy for Christmas presents, but I just love the fact that like I want folks to read, and so. That's for the kids. If you want for kids to know how to read, then you will find ways to help them read, But if school is for the adults, it's like, it's too hard. We're just gonna just pass you. And we saw that through COVID. You get 35 kids, one class. It's like you can't cap out on that per like the state of Tennessee. You can't have no more than 35 kids. 35 kids, one teacher. Ain't nobody getting no real individualized education. This is for you. This is for the adults. And so that's the hard part, is that school is for the adults. And I go on rants on that. But that's the reason why I wrote the book, because I wanted to help adults and folks who want to mentor to know how to mentor kids. And I wanted for people to actually think that part through. I feel like we have to nurture them. Like whether you're a teacher, whether you're a mentor, whether you're a coach, you are nurturing. Just last year, I was riding from like a trip, and we had like kids, and we took kids to Missouri, and we took them back. And on our way back, kids sat beside me. This man was crying because he felt like his coach stopped believing in him. This man was hurt. He was like, he gave up on me. And it's like he said that he didn't know that he viewed him as a father. It's like that whole nurturing, man. Like we are nurturers. If you got a kid in front of you, the goal is for you to nurture them, whether you know them or not. Now I'm not saying that you just got to be out like that. Woo. It's like nah, but it's like, hey, like what's up, man? You good? And it's just like speaking to kids. Like if you see a kid in the grocery store and the kid staring, hey, like I want you to start like trusting. Like I want for the kid to, know how to speak. And if the kid looking at me, hey kid. And folks be like, why you so friendly to kids? Like, the kids are just staring. Like I'm not finna go, I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? It's like I'm not finna do all that. But the kid, hey kid. Or the kid wave and the kid be like, hey, how you doing? It's like I'm finna reciprocate.
Right.
Because you a kid, you real curious. And even though it may be inconveniencing at the time where I may be in the grocery store and I'm trying to do stuff, that little 2 seconds, like, don't mean nothing for that kid. Like that shouldn't mean nothing for us. Just even smile. If a kid smile at you, smile back. It's like we all should take like a collective approach to loving on kids. But what's happening is that we not. The stuff really ain't for the kids, it's for us. But what if we said, hey, you know what? What can I do to really help you and meet you where you at? Even if it's inconveniencing to me, like how would that look? And so I began to think through what mentorship would look like that was individualized mentorship, not a mentorship program where it's like, okay, this is the program. Come on in the program. It's like, no, like our mentorship is life on life. It's the discipleship. Like we are meeting you where you at. Oh, you struggling in your grades? All right, slide through. Like they gonna go over manhood, the second phase, but for you, we finna go over algebra 2. Come on, pull this book out. It's like that kind of stuff. It's like meet them where they at. So if a mom called me and say, hey, come get your boy. This man got into a fight again. So I'm like, nah, I bet I'm finna go to the store. Can I pick him up? He ride with me. I try to have like 2 kids at a time. So because it's like accountability, right? Trying to do one-on-one so that it just to like cover myself. And so I have like another kid and I have this kid, or I pick up him and his brother, and then we go to the store. And you're not just finna go home with just chips. Now you may go home with chips, but you also got this talking to too. So while I'm going inside the aisle, what happened today? What they do? Y'all did what? So now we have like a conversation, while we doing this, because the Bible says to whether you are walking down the path, whatever you're doing, you teach them. When the kids say, hey, what is the meaning of this? You give them the definition instead of being like, stop asking questions, shut up. It's like, answer the kid question. Because their curiosity ain't because they just trying to doubt you or they're mad at you. They just want to know. So you up here being disrespectful to the teacher, all right, why? What's going on? Because I know you ain't disrespectful. You ain't never been disrespectful to me. You ain't never done like that to me. So why you feel like you do that to her? And so now we going through a process of like, okay, where your mind at, right? I may be driving, we may be getting gas. I get the gas pump. Now I'm finna go pay. And while he pumping gas, I'm talking to him. What y'all do? Your mama said that you've been disrespectful the other day. Why no time to trash? It's like I'm asking questions. Right. I'm trying to see what's going on. And when you see the kids, man, like these kids be having strong emotions and they don't know how to express it. The whole book is just like, how do we reach out to kids? Like, how do we love on them? How do we meet them where they at? I give through my years of experience, 10 years of mentorship. It's so crazy to even think like that. I was mentoring kids when I was in my early 20s, and kids were like, like I'm 32 now. I was mentoring kids when I was in my early 20s. Kids were 16, 17. They would view me as they pops. I was like, this is actually biologically impossible, but I got you. I wouldn't tell kids my age because I would be like 22, 23. I'm mentoring 18-year-olds.
Still a kid.
Right. You think I'm 30, but I'm not. It's like, but I'm not finna tell you my age. I just want to teach you history, or like I just want to, because I was a history teacher, like I just want to just like, help you out. But if I give you my age, I don't need you to begin to allow that to cloud your judgment where now you want to like approach me like I'm a kid. Right. Because I'm still in a position of like authority. I'm still in a position to like pour in. And you don't want to close the lid that's pouring into you. And so I wanted to do my best to keep that gate open, love on you. The less you know, the better. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you. But if I think that my age will throw you off, and so I don't want that to happen. So I'm not gonna tell you. So I always tell kids, if I was like 23, Miss La Flore, how old are you? Like, you know, woo. I'd be like, I'm somewhere between 23 and 40. And the kids would be like, 35, you 32. And it was like, no, I'm literally 23. But I wouldn't tell them that. I say I'm between 23 and 40. So I'm gonna just give you the age gap.
Right.
And so I would do that because I didn't want for that to cloud their judgment. And that was the point of the book, though. That was a long answer.
I'm gonna purchase that book tonight.
Hey, appreciate that, man.
And I encourage anybody else to do the same thing. So what's the process of purchasing it? What we gotta do?
It's at Amazon. It's on Books and Noble. Mm-hmm. You can type in Lemarque La Flore, a nurturing, a growing boy, a mentor's guide, the essential mentor's guide to nurturing young lives. And
what about for the mentorship program? How could they join a mentorship program? Do they just DM you, or do they got to pay anything? What's the process to get into the mentorship program? What's the age difference anyway? The age gap.
Yeah. So the mentorship program, Kings of Distinction, we do a lot of mentorship with those who are in high school, particularly in the Whitehaven area. And so I've been very, very blessed to be able to meet other mentorship programs throughout the city. And so for us specifically, because we tend to meet in one place, I try to reach those who can make it to Whitehaven. But let's say if you're in Fraser and if you're in other parts of the community, there's different organizations. You can DM me and I will let you know what mentorship is in your area, because there's so many folks out here. Like, there is no monopoly. The issue is that folks want to compete off just petty stuff. I am not the only mentor in the city. It's like there's so many amazing folks that even I could glean from. It's like there is no competition, right? I want for people to get what they need, and if they got more than I can give you, then you go to them.
I just thought about something. You said there's a lot of mentorship programs. I never knew that.
Come on.
I've never knew that.
It's tons.
So I'm thinking, like, why is...
I can say that a lot of the mentorship programs may be like small. Like they may meet at like a community center and they got like, 10, 12 folks.
That's okay.
And I think that mentorship programs may not often, like when you have like a nonprofit, you might not be thinking through the lens of branding. And so I think a lot of folks just don't know how to like brand. They don't know how to like get the word out with what they do. That's what I think. I found that people just don't know that it's so much good going on. It's so many, you can get help no matter where you at. Like if you 24 and you trying to get a career, you can get help. It's so many folks out there willing to help young people. And Memphis has like, don't we have like the largest amount of nonprofits in like the state? It's like we have so many nonprofits in this region, but they're working with 12 kids, 5 kids, and it's like, one, folks don't know how to work together. So thankfully, the mentorship programs that I'm actually close with, we know how to work together. Like we finna have one event at like the chess club downtown, and it's finna be 50 of us. Right, so I'm bringing my 30. You bring in your 20. You bring in your 1, and then like we like sliding through. It's like we all gonna mentor together, because we gotta let these kids see that there's more folks out here who moving forward and who thriving and who not just trying to just make it. It's more folks out here who doing something. The more that, like, if we really care about the kids, then we will want for them to meet other kids who are not within our space, who are moving forward. And so that just comes with you working together, collaborating. Folks don't do it enough. It's like the competition is crazy. Why would I compete? Like, it's for, if I care about the vision, then I want for everybody to get what they need, whether it's from me or not.
I think that's a great way to close it out, man.
Come
Look,
on.
man, I thank you for coming on the podcast.
For sure.
Brother.
Appreciate
I truly
you, brother.
do. But I want to say thank you again, brother. It's truly an honor to have you on here, man.
Appreciate
Your
you,
words of wisdom mean a lot not only
Appreciate
to
you,
me,
brother.
but I know
For
it do
real.
for everybody else. Thank you again, brother.